Okay, now we're back with round 2.
I don't even remember where we were.
Okay. I think I just told you my story about the rat, and now we're to updating about Will Friedle. Sad news to report that actually this week. Here, let me move the camera. You're like out of the shot a little bit.
It's okay. It's okay. I look terrible today.
Dude, you look amazing, man.
It's what a bender will do.
Bender. Let's see if I can. Okay. Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Huh?
It's better now.
Huh?
Something like that. So, I was running the audio the entire time.
Yep.
So this is round 2. If you haven't noticed that we're trying this again, round 2 with our Facebook Live.
Because the internet is awesome.
No, it's really terrible right now. But Will Friedle is not going to be joining us this weekend. Sad news, because he actually had a family emergency, James, this week. And oh my gosh, I just hit myself in the face with the mic. So it's okay. The thing is, it was unavoidable, right? Family emergencies happen.
It happens.
It happens.
Life happens.
I mean, it was a sad thing that he did have to cancel on us, but it's okay because it will all be all right. All right.
It'll be okay.
It'll be okay. And so we tried to get another guest to come on. And it's like hit or miss with Ming Chen, and because he's really busy now at the Comic-Con, he's Comicpalooza.
Pretty involved with Comic-Cons.
Yeah, that's like he is. I think he's like a celebrity at the Comic-Cons, right?
Yes.
So
pretty much.
I'm gonna change the camera again.
I mean, I listened to a few of his podcasts.
Yeah.
And
I listened to a little bit.
He goes to a lot of podcasts or Comic-Cons.
Comic-Cons, yeah. He probably does, especially right now. It's probably like every weekend that he's at some sort of convention, don't you think?
Yes.
And so we'll see what happens. We're going to be at the floor tomorrow from 4 to 5. We're in booth 3319. So if you want to come check us out, we'll be there.
Come say hi.
We're going to try to do Facebook Live again. We'll see what works. They said they have free Wi-Fi there, like the public Wi-Fi.
Yeah, public Wi-Fi.
Therefore,
everyone will be on
Do you trust public Wi-Fi?
No,
I do not trust public Wi-Fi.
It's like going to McDonald's and getting on their Wi-Fi.
Yeah, you don't do that because there is...
Or Walmart.
There is like some sort of system set up that, it will take your information through their system, right? Is it just me, or is that conspiracy theory?
There's probably some truth behind that.
I know there was a report when some people went to, different events like Olympics that don't get on public Wi-Fi and big events like that, because there's people that will actually get into the people's system that are given free Wi-Fi and then rip the information off from that. It's a big process, but it's scary though. Because they could hack your phone within 30 seconds.
Life is scary, Craig. Life is scary.
It is scary. How's it scary to you, man? I told you about my rat story. You ever had anything happen like that to you?
As far as rats, no.
No. Yeah, we are talking about gargoyles today. So, did gargoyles scare you?
No, they're cool.
They're cool. Well, the cartoon was cool,
yes.
But it's not.
I think they're cool architecture in real life. So
yeah, because it's more of the Gothic architecture style, and when we get to that, we'll talk more about the Gothic architecture. And James, your X-Men are coming to TV.
Yay!
The X-Men.
The
X-Men. It's going to be a TV show called New Mutants. It's going to be debuting on Fox. I think it might be this fall. So I don't know.
So I'm guessing these are mutants that many people don't know about.
Are they going to make up mutants?
I'm guessing so.
I mean, can you make up a superhero now?
Yes.
I mean, you can make up there's power sets that you have that you can choose from, but there's only certain names that you can actually choose from, probably.
Like Red Bull.
It gives you wings. Have you opened your Red Bull?
Not yet.
Are you saving that?
I might.
Yeah.
So I may need to take a nap after this.
Red Bull Lime. Sugar-free. It's good stuff.
Superhero Red Bull. He has unlimited energy.
Unlimited energy?
Yep.
So would he ever sleep?
No.
See, I don't know.
That's the downfall of his powers.
Oh, so that's his kryptonite.
Yes.
Or what if his kryptonite was sleep? So if you had like some like supervillain that was
his nemesis is Sudafed.
Sudafed man and woman, we will put you to sleep or your money back forever. And sad news to report that Tim Allen's show. Did you ever watch his new show, Last Man Standing?
I did not.
It got canceled this week for the next season. So it's been on for 6 seasons.
I had no idea that he was doing anything.
Yeah. You never saw it like on Netflix?
No.
I think they have all the seasons on Netflix and Hulu. But his new show, you had Home Improvement, then you had this show for 6 seasons, Last Man Standing, they're not coming back with it. Even though they had high ratings, they had the highest ratings on a Friday night.
Apparently it was, well, from what I've seen on Facebook, it was Trump friendly.
Yeah, and I think that was kind of like turning viewers off of the show, and their ratings started to actually rise and then fall a little bit, and then so when the ratings fall in a TV show, that's when they start to cancel it, which is sad because there's a lot of good shows out there that nobody watches, but they could actually have like strong ratings, but then they actually get taken away. It's sad.
That is sad.
Did you ever watch Firefly?
I did not. I started it because I wanted to see what the whole the hoopla was about.
Yeah. And then they canceled that without like 1 season, and then there's so many fans for that because it was Joss Whedon, right? That
Yes.
actually did it, and there were so many fans about that wanted it back, and they had a movie, and there's always that like they're going to come back kind of thing too with Nathan Fillion. Nathan Fillion was actually, I think he was going to be in the Guardians movie, or he was just like palling around on set with James Gunn, like the new one.
I mean,
I think Nathan Fillion
there was a Firefly reference in the Deadpool movie.
Oh yeah,
not Wolverine movie.
Well, yeah, they get mixed up.
The Deadpool
trailer,
teaser or whatever.
Yeah,
you want to call it.
At the Wolverine, and Twin Peaks is actually coming back this month. Not the restaurant, the TV show. Oh. No, there's not. The TV show and the food place are totally different, James.
I'd rather have the food place.
I don't know. It doesn't. It looks like I don't know. I don't want to go in there. I don't want to go in there. And it's not because I'm on live camera right now. I just don't want to go in there. I've never been in there. I don't want to go in there.
It's a classy Hooters.
Whatever.
And better food. Jesus Christ, better food.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just regular restaurant kind of person.
Yeah.
Don't give me the show and dance. Just give me food.
You get a leather recliner.
You got one right now.
But I'm not eating.
Well, you could. Probably wouldn't want to, but you could.
No, food sounds terrible.
Well, that's the movie theater that we went and saw, Guardians of the Galaxy. They have the reclining seats more in like theaters now. It's more like if there's a boring movie, you're gonna fall asleep in that movie. Like, don't make me really comfortable in the movie. Especially like if you had a long week like we did, and you're like, I'm really looking forward to this movie. You walk in there, and then like you just fall asleep in there, like. And like your girlfriend's just poking you in the face, like, I thought you wanted to watch this movie. Like, you dragged me to watch this movie.
You brought me here.
Yeah. I know you're looking forward to the Pirates movie, right? Coming out.
Oh, so looking forward to it.
No. I haven't seen a Pirates movie since the second one came out.
I hadn't seen the last one.
I don't think I'm gonna.
I don't even think I saw the third one. I don't even know what they're on right now.
Yeah, they're on the 5th one, so. I haven't seen it, so I'm not going to see it. Yeah. And James, we're also talking with a new sponsor that might be a sponsor.
Ooh.
And it's a clothing line sponsor. Ooh. It's not our clothing line. I'm wearing our official shirt right now, if you can see it on the Facebook Live. But, and it's not our jackets that we're going to be wearing tomorrow. So if you're at Comicpalooza and you see this jacket, and if you're listening at the house, it's my multicolored windbreaker.
My girlfriend wore hers to work yesterday.
Yours?
Yep.
Not hers?
Yeah.
Did she get a lot of compliments from it?
She did.
Did
She got a lot of compliments on it. So.
I told, and she badmouthed us about it.
I know, she still continues to bash us.
And she just doesn't. And also, if you stop by, we are going to have cool shades. Look at that. They work. And if you're listening to us, they're the neon shades. They don't have our logo. We're coming out with a new logo next month, probably, I think, or the end of this month. And it looks pretty fly for us.
For a white guy.
For us. Okay, let's switch over and talk about Disney's Gargoyles. James, give me the lowdown on Disney's Gargoyles.
The lowdown. Okay, so Disney's Gargoyles went from 94 to 96, 2 seasons, 65 episodes.
Okay, do you remember off the top of your head any of the Gargoyles shows? Like, do you remember like any specific episodes?
I mean, I remember the first few episodes on why they got there.
Like, so the intro episodes. The intro episodes are actually pretty good.
They're really good, yeah.
That's the ones I watched this week on YouTube. It's on YouTube. For free. But I know you have the seasons at the house, don't you? You have the seasons? Yeah.
Yeah.
Your girlfriend got you
my
the
girlfriend
season?
owns them.
Oh, speaking of like owning, I got some new shoes, and I want to show them on the Facebook Live if I can lift my phone.
Don't hurt yourself.
How about I just take it off? Wouldn't that be easier?
Throw it.
So I got some like Reeboks pumps.
What's going on?
I was thinking of like scary movie. Yeah, so they're actually not the '90s ones; they're just remakes.
You're fake.
I know. I'm a poser. Right? But I'm gonna be wearing these tomorrow. So if you see the Reebok pumps, nobody's gonna have these. These are officially my shoes.
Steal them. Someone's gonna steal them.
Don't say that, man. Don't. I don't know who's watching right now.
My bad.
Sometimes we have problems with the mics there. They just get off kiltered there. So, Gargoyles. First, like into like the mythos of gargoyles. What is a gargoyle, James? Do you know anything?
It's a French word, or originated from a French word of gargouiller.
Ooh. I think you have to put your pinky up when you say that, right?
Gargouiller.
Hey, there you go. That's it. It changes the inflection of the word.
It means go, throat, or gullet.
So, why do you think it means throat or gullet?
I don't know. I mean, were gargoyles like mainly made from the neck up?
Well, their prominent feature was their head.
So
if you looked at it, like their head was pretty like large. You could see it because like you had them on church buildings, and it's kind of weird to have like really scary gargoyles like on a church building. In the TV show, they're on a castle, but the gullet means that it was actually for drainage for water. So like the gutters ran through their mouth, so it looked more, I don't know, like frightening to people coming by. I don't know.
Was it made to be frightening, or I mean, I felt gargoyles were made to be like watchers of the building.
See that's I don't get it. You know, like if you're trying to like bring people into your building, you're not trying to scare off people, but maybe it's like to scare off like maybe like unwanted demons or something like that. Because it is a church. I mean, the Catholic traditions, like actually, you know, there's always that good versus evil.
Yes.
Good versus evil. You know, you're Darth Vader, you're Luke.
Luke.
I am your father. Speaking of Darth Vader, James, do you know where that's at right there? That picture?
I don't know where that's at. Where is that?
Can you show it up to the screen? Let's see if this works. Ooh. Okay. if you see it, I know that. Okay, you can pull it. You can pull it back now.
Huh?
Yeah.
Huh?
It's not a baby. It's not a baby. But on the gargoyle, that's actually at the National Cathedral in Washington D.C. It was in the 80s. They had a contest, and they could pick which gargoyles they wanted on the building. So Darth Vader won.
And a squirrel. Apparently.
Well, squirrels, I know one of my favorite artists, he actually had a pet squirrel, so Bob Ross. Put it in his pocket and painted. Not with the squirrel, but he painted with a brush. He'd take out and dip its tail, and then make a happy clown.
Go, squirrel, go!
Go, 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 go! That's how he made all of his paintings, actually. So, where did they start at? Do you know where they start at?
Where Gargoyles started?
Yeah, the TV show.
I mean, no, I don't. I don't know where it started.
So they started. No, well, it takes place in. Is it 1994 in New York?
Something like that.
Word, yeah. 1994 New York, but it takes place 1,000 years ago in the legendary lands of Scotland.
In New York.
So in Scotland, they actually have the gargoyles, and then the gargoyles are defending the castles, right?
Yes.
Now I'm starting to turn into Arnold Schwarzenegger.
What's going on?
So, do you remember the first? You say you remember the first episode. Do you remember the premise of it? Why were they turned into stone for 1,000 years?
They were in a war, right?
They were in a war. So they had Vikings that came in and tried to sack the town and tried to destroy it, and they had a castle there. And the gargoyles would come out when?
At night.
At night. So when the sun sets, the gargoyles come out. They turn from stone to flesh, and they're living, breathing gargoyles. And then they go out and they help the humans, and so they actually eliminate all the intruders coming in.
Yes.
Hey, people are posting stuff.
Hey!
Hey! They're probably like, y'all look terrible. What does it say? Does it say anything?
What we got here? What? Oh, never mind. It's just his Facebook.
Oh, it's his Facebook message. Oh my gosh. I thought it was something important. Facebook, you've done it again. You fooled me. Fooled me 4 times. Shame on me. Or shame on you.
Shame on...
So they're defending the castle, they're helping out the humans, they're eliminating the Vikings. And then there's an uprising within the ranks of the guard. And so the guard actually sides with the Vikings. And so when it hits daytime, they actually, all the Vikings come back into the city, and they don't kill anybody. They actually just they take everybody prisoner away. And during that time, who's your main gargoyle?
Is it Goliath?
Goliath goes out and he's trying to search for them before night is over, and he can't find them. And he actually realizes that it was a ruse to get them away from the castle. And so him...
That's right, yeah.
And the old guy, I forget the old guy's name. Hudson?
Hudson, yes.
Hudson. So Hudson actually, they're out in the wild somewhere, in the forest or something, and they're turned to stone, and there's 3 of them that actually, 4 of them actually are in the rookery. And do you know which 4 of those are?
I know one of them was the little guy.
Yeah, so you had Brooklyn, who was the red one. You had Bronx, he was the dog, right? I think he was the dog. And then you had Broadway, who was the bigger, chunkier one.
Yeah.
And then Lexington was the little one that flew. The little one, yeah. So you had those people that were actually... not those people. Those gargoyles.
Gargoyles.
I forgot what
Gargoyles.
I forgot what show that we're talking about here. So the gargoyles are actually in the rookery. They're saved. Every other gargoyle, when the Vikings come back in, are eliminated.
Destroyed.
So they're stoned. They kill them all. And... the humans just, they're like, oh, what can we do?
Oh, technically, they were all turned to stone.
What do you mean? Well, I mean, when they were killed, they just turned into stone forever now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a sad thing. You know, they start out and like all their friends and relatives are killed except for all the ones that were saved. And then so, do you know why they were cursed for 1,000 years?
I can't remember that one. Now I was sitting here trying to remember why, and I could not remember.
So there was a magician there.
Yes.
And he actually, like the princess gets taken away. Yes. And I think he loved the princess, and he blames the gargoyles for the princess getting taken away because they come to save the people. They're like, we need to save these people. They still have the alliance because they don't know that the people actually, you know, went against them. And so they try to save the princess, and they think the princess dies. So the magician actually turns them to stone, and then, like, so all the rest of them except for Goliath. And then Goliath actually saves the princess, brings her back, and says, here, you know, here's the princess, you know, why is all my friends turned to stone at night? And he's like, the legend has it that whenever, do you know the legend?
No.
To actually break the spell?
Can't recall it.
Yeah. If the castle rises above the clouds...
Yes.
Then the spell will be broken. And
the castle rose above the clouds.
Well, how did the castle rise above the clouds?
Guy, like, helicopter it up there so he could have the artifacts and stuff.
Yeah. Well, he wanted the gargoyles to be on his side, I think.
Yeah.
Right? And he wanted to actually probably, like, manipulate their DNA, too, so they could turn them into, like, warriors for the present day. There's scenes. Do you remember Coldstone? Who was half gargoyle, half robot?
Yeah.
Who was actually, like, I think Goliath's brother.
Uh-huh.
And it's a weird, like, premise
that's a weird.
And it's like a Frankenstein's monster on that show. And the guy was actually David Xanatos.
Xanthos.
So David Xanthos. Xantax. And
Xanatos.
So do you know why it was David, Xanatos, and Goliath? I keep getting messages here.
Huh?
No, it's from me. It's like through my phone.
Oh.
So, do you know why it's David and Goliath?
Yes.
Why?
Because the biblical story of David and Goliath.
Biblical story. So it's in 1 Samuel that you have David and Goliath. I actually read this week. Not to prepare, but it's actually like a daily reading. And David and Goliath, in this case, is actually switched. So Goliath is actually the good person. David is the bad person. But you don't know that starting out, right?
Right.
You think he just did it out of the kindness of his heart, right?
Right.
But if you don't know, nothing in life is free. So he spent like millions of dollars to actually put this castle up there.
Yes.
I mean,
he was a rich guy.
How cool would that be, though, if you were in New York and there was
You put a castle on a skyscraper.
There's a 1,000-year-old castle on a skyscraper. That would be the greatest place to live.
That would be an attraction.
Except for when it's a lightning storm. I mean, like, they always have, like, lightning and rain going, like, in all of the episodes,
yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
Because it tries to be, like, dark and gloomy most of the show.
Because it is.
It is dark and gloomy.
It's New York.
New York. No, New York's a nice place. If you listen to us from New York, it's a nice place. But the thing is that they're never struck by lightning. Because if they were struck by lightning, then I guess
they're not metal.
Well, it would still kill them.
They're made of rocks. They wouldn't die.
They're rocks.
They're grounded.
I didn't know what you were going for. I get you now. I get you. They're grounded. Yeah. So, do you know like any of the famous people that actually voiced? You know Keith David?
Who's Keith David?
Do you see you might not see the pictures really well, but he's Goliath. His voice, like when you hear it, you know his voice, and he's been in a lot of movies. He was a lot of 90s movies. I always remember him as like a colonel, like an army colonel guy in a lot of movies. And let's see, we have Bill Fagerbakke. That's actually going to be at
Patrick Star.
Patrick Star. He's going to be at Comicpalooza. I almost forgot the name.
You got John Rhys Davies in here.
Okay, John Rhys Davies. Who's John Rhys Davies?
Macbeth.
Yeah, but who is...
I don't remember a Macbeth.
Macbeth actually happens within the second and third season. That's when it starts getting really crazy on the storylines. Because they start picking off Shakespearean Macbeth, and then, you know, if you don't know Macbeth, wasn't he? It's Scottish, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Macbeth is Scottish. I don't know a lot
Something
about
like that.
Shakespeare, but Macbeth was supposed to be a person that lived for thousands of years, and they're in the Gargoyles universe. And John Rhys Davies, he was in a lot of your favorite movies, James. Do you know?
Lord of the Rings.
Huh? Lord of the Rings. He was Gimli in Lord of the Rings.
Yep.
He was also in Indiana Jones.
Oh, yeah? Yeah.
He's Indy's friend in Indiana Jones. So it's pretty cool that he was actually in this. And I didn't probably, when I watched the show, I didn't know who John Rhys Davies was.
Scottish general.
Scottish general.
Macbeth.
Yeah, and then he overthrows the king. He becomes king, but
King of Scotland.
the witches... The witches?
She's a witch!
There was somebody we're talking about, it was Cody, and I was talking to him last night. He says he does not like Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
What?
It is a cult classic. Easy, man. Yeah. But you have Macbeth there. That's when it gets, like, the stories, I told you, the stories get really obscure because they forget, like, what the story actually means. Like, they're in New York, they're helping out. They're kind of superheroes in New York at nighttime. Like, do the people in New York know that they're there?
Yes.
And so, like, they're here to protect us.
They're pretty hard to miss.
What's that flying thing? It's New York, man. Get out of here.
Oh, hey, I'm trying to walk in.
You need to watch Rick and Morty, because there's a guy who's like, their uncle something from New York, and he's like, you know what we say in New York? I'm walking here. Like, he tries to, like, play it off as like that's like with any, like, situation. Well, I'm walking here. Anyway.
I mean, Gargoyles. I mean, this was Disney's first crack at a cartoon series.
Well, I think it was like their first crack at, like, their own original property cartoon series. It didn't play off of any of their other movies or TV shows. It was their property, and they actually came up with all this stuff. So whoever came up with it, I don't know where it's at, but when he actually, Greg Weisman came up with the entire idea for the Gargoyle series. And I mean, he's actually, I think there's more stuff that he's worked on, but this is kind of like his property that he molded into what you know as Gargoyles. And I know that it's not on any TV show, I mean, not any TV stations anymore. It's not on Disney XD. It's off the air.
Yeah, you pretty much have to get it on DVD.
Yeah. And the fan base, I mean, James, you're a fan, right?
I mean, they had a good following.
Did you know that they actually had conventions for these Gargoyle fans?
Oh, I did not.
They had Gathering of the Gargoyles. This actually began in 1997. I don't know where they were at. I don't think it was affiliated with Disney, but these fans loved the show. They loved the mythos behind it. And these conventions actually ran till 2009. So 12 years of conventions for Gargoyle fans. I mean, how many people do you think were at these conventions? Was there like hundreds or like 50 maybe? I don't know.
I'd say hundreds.
Was it like a one-day convention? Like, hey, come in. We're going to hang out for a little bit.
It was only at night.
It was only at night. Do you think that's what it was?
I bet it was.
Yeah, but like, if you had like kids that liked it, because we're at this age, we're kids, or we're technically still kids. You know, you want the kid fans to be there too. I guess like at nighttime, that's when it starts.
Yes.
So you do it
when the sun goes down.
So you do it in the winter time when the nights are shorter, and that's when like the sun sets sooner, other than the summertime, right?
Yeah.
Summertime,
Yeah.
summertime, summertime. Yeah. Thanks for agreeing with me.
No
Okay,
problem.
what TV show had a lot of the voice actors actually come over from their TV show actually voice?
Star Trek.
Star Trek.
Yep.
So I don't know any of the Star Trek people, but I have the list of all these people.
You don't know LeVar Burton?
LeVar Burton. Okay, I know LeVar Burton. James, how do you know LeVar Burton?
From Reading Rainbow.
Reading Rainbow. We watched the video of Jimmy Fallon singing Reading Rainbow as
Jimmy
the Doors.
Fallon's, his rendition of John Morrison singing Reading Rainbow.
Reading the Rainbow.
Reading Rainbow.
Take a look. It's in a book.
I mean, LeVar, Patrick Stewart.
Patrick Stewart did not want to voice a character, even though that you had all these people, and they actually tried. They tried their best. They're like, Patrick Stewart, come over here and voice somebody. Because if you had Patrick Stewart, I know he's voices different characters in American Dad now. He's been on Family Guy, but his voice is so. It takes you. I don't know. Like it's a magical voice.
Takes you away.
Take me away. We're not going to sing today.
No.
It's too early for that.
Not yet.
Or too late for that. Ooh, I got to leave in like an hour and a half to go.
All right, we're done.
No. I know my sister may be listening. She may be watching at the house. Or not. That she's actually getting her doctoral degree today from TCU. So
Whoop.
we got to go up there and celebrate that. And that's going to be fun. She gets the fancy robes. All I have, Yeah, that's their son. That's their son. I thought you were like clawing something. Yeah, so it's like ribbit. It's a frog. It's a horned frog, and she gets the fancy robes. Like it's purple. I just have, since I have two masters, I don't get a fancier robe. It's just a black robe, and I get a hood, and that's it. It's gold
Harry Potter.
and orange and white. What?
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter? What do you mean Harry Potter?
I always think of Harry Potter when graduating.
Oh, the robes, yeah. I said that yesterday. I said, they were like, where are you going? I go, to a Quidditch match.
To Hogwarts.
To Hogwarts, witchcraft and wizardry. When y'all gonna go to Hogwarts, man?
Sometime.
Y'all need to make it out there.
I know.
You having fun kicking that sign?
I am. Get hired.
I almost lost it right there. It almost went all over my computer. Don't do that.
Get hired.
Get hired. Put the hired sign down. We're not actually hiring anybody today. Ooh. Hey, also, if you're looking for a link to any of the stuff that we talk about, check Wikipedia. But also our Facebook page will actually have the link to the video. So the video actually will be posted on our Facebook page. What else we're going to talk about? So Shakespeare there was really popular stuff in Shakespeare. Do you know the plays that they kind of ripped stuff off?
I mean, if they're going to go Shakespearean with Macbeth and stuff, I mean, you got Macbeth.
Macbeth and stuff. That's totally nice.
King Oberon, Puck, Queen Tatiana, Midsummer Night's Dream.
Tatiana.
Yep. You got Ophelia from Hamlet. Princess Catherine from Henry V.
And Macbeth from the play Macbeth.
And Coldstone. Do you remember Coldstone?
Creamery. Made ice cream. It's really good.
Was that the one that you were talking about? The half?
Yeah, the half.
Yeah. Mirrors the central characters of Othello.
Oh. Because I guess it's brother. Brother. We were talking about that a few weeks ago. Brother. And the City of Stone. What is that? Oh, it's the backstage.
Yeah, that's the history of
Scotland.
the King of Scotland.
Macbeth. I went to Scotland last year. It's lovely place.
I've been having a yearn lately. I just want to go
to
Ireland. So bad.
Well, Ireland's the
I know, but
Isles. Why do you want to go to Ireland now?
I want to go see Cliffs of Dover. I want to see Stonehenge.
Well, that's in UK.
Yeah. It's still same.
Same area as the Cliffs of Dover and Stonehenge. It's really interesting.
And I want to go to a pub and drink as the Irish do.
Okay.
And the Scots.
And the Scottish?
Yep.
So you're going to go to 3 different places?
Yes.
Okay. That's going to be a fun trip.
But mainly Ireland.
Mainly Ireland. Yeah, you can go to the Guinness factory. Drink some Guinness.
Not a big fan of Guinness.
Oh, sorry to all of our Irish people.
I've tried it multiple times. I just can't do it.
Do you remember like when I gave you that Guinness?
Yes.
Like we had it and we're like, here, just take this. We don't want this anymore. And you're like, sure, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Did you drink them?
I think I had one. I was like,
No. What's the deal with airline food?
But I did have some Jameson last night. Scotch whiskey.
Scottish whiskey. Yeah. Okay, so
You got that going for you.
yeah, you do. There was also characters from the Odyssey that were actually in there. So I guess, they threw in a little bit of Greek in this. So we got Odyssey in there, and
I mean,
what else we got?
Gargoyles weren't always. They weren't brought up to be a serious cartoon.
Well, it had the feeling of being like a serious, like teledrama kind of almost.
Yeah. Yep.
Because there was always like people that were trying to like take advantage of the other gargoyles, like Goliath and all them. Like, do you remember who was the girl? Was it Delilah?
Yes, Delilah.
Oh no! But she was okay. So she liked, or she loved Goliath. But the love was fake. Am I right?
Yes.
Because she was trying to
Because they're
actually.
made of rocks. They don't actually exist.
I know it's a cartoon. You don't have to tell me it's a cartoon. I know it's a cartoon. Make me look like a fool in front of everybody here.
Rocks don't have feelings.
Rocks do. Well, what about pet rocks? What about the Rock?
The Rock does.
The Rock has really good feelings. But there was actually a link between Macbeth and Delilah in the later seasons. Do you remember that?
No.
Delilah was actually, she became human in the daytime, and then she would become rock at night.
Huh.
It was I don't know, it was a weird thing, because like, if Macbeth died, Delilah would die. So they had to keep each other alive.
Yeah, right.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And so they're like, don't kill Macbeth, because then you're going to kill me. I am your father.
Do you think that happens to Dwayne Johnson?
What?
He turns into
a rock?
A rock.
At night?
At night.
Well, does any of his movies take place at night? Did we just crack The Rock? Pun intended.
But it wasn't always intended to be a serious series. It was supposed to be a comedy at one point, correct?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, tell me about this comedy.
I mean,
tell me how
it was
does comedy
supposed
work?
to be your run-of-the-mill cartoons, and these gargoyles were supposed to be mischievous and stuff like that.
Stuff like that.
I mean, thank God it wasn't. I mean,
it
became
boring.
its own show.
Well, it would have been boring, and nobody wants to watch something that's real, like
bunch of gargoyles terrorizing people.
Woo! Woo!
What's the point of this?
What's the point with airline food? Like, that doesn't land well. I don't know what I'm talking about. I forgot to post this on my page. But they did it. I mean, it was funny sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta have your comedy as a cartoon.
But this show, I mean, how it was played out, and like the drama, the darkness of it, it seems like it wasn't made for kids. It seems like it was made for adults, or maybe like college kids. It seems like something you would see like on Adult Swim now.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, not as stuff that you get like on Adult Swim.
What's going on here? something different. Oh, Tara joined.
Hey, Tara.
Hey, Tara.
Having fun at work? Ha ha ha. Oh, it goes live and then it goes. It takes one away. She just quit.
Well,
thank you, Tara. Thank you for nothing. No, just joking. Yeah, the thing with, I don't know, could a show like this, could they bring back Gargoyles?
Yes.
You think?
I think.
Do you think
it would actually succeed more now than it did back then.
I think it would too. Like, it would be a great show to actually bring back, but Disney has the rights to it. They don't like to bring back cartoons. Now, and I know you've probably seen this in the news, James. They're going to bring back one of your favorite live-action TV shows from the Disney Channel. You ready for this? You know, maybe the Girls Meet World didn't work. They're going to try their hand at something else. That's So Raven is coming back. It's going to be the spin-off to That's So Raven.
I did not watch.
So it's going to follow Raven and her family now. So,
right,
like it did before, but I think she's grown up. So Raven Simone is actually coming back.
Yay.
Yeah, if you're watching the video, we just did like slow motion yays. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But but the thing is, like, stuff like That's a Raven. Nobody wants that to come back. Really, it was great.
Who decided that?
It was great, probably within the time that you had it, but it's not great now.
Who thought this is a great idea?
I don't know. Was somebody like? Did they spin like a wheel and like whatever it lands on, or bringing that show back? And like all the pieces just fall off. And
That's So Raven.
What are we gonna bring back next?
Oh God.
I mean, they can't bring back Hannah Montana.
Nope.
That's stuck, right? Lizzie McGuire is stuck. They
Yep.
can't bring stuff like that back. But That's So Raven, they're bringing back.
I guess.
Anyways, I wish Girl Meets World would have worked out.
Yeah, I enjoyed the show.
I mean, when Eric Meets World,
I thought it was funny. I thought it was on par with Boy Meets World.
well, I think the thing is that they try to bring back a lot of the Boy Meets World stuff, and the kids that were watching it didn't get the references from the show,
yeah.
and that's their audience because it's not prime time; it's on Disney Channel. And then you bring back That's So Raven. It's kind of a newer show. It's been off the air only probably a little bit less. And they had it like running Saturday mornings for forever, it seemed like. They just kept on like rerunning it. And so I think a lot more kids know about That's So Raven than compared to like Boy Meets World. Because you say, hey, like I asked like a student, you know, what's your favorite Boy Meets World episode? What? That's the reaction you get.
What are you asking?
But Gargoyles, like you ask a kid now, have you heard about the TV show Gargoyles?
Probably not.
No, like nobody knows about this except like for the '90s kids, and those like hardcore fans that dressed up at these conventions that are wishing for it to come back. They're like sending
Xanatos.
They're sending letters to Mickey Mouse saying, "Bring him back. Goliath needs a return." I mean,
What do you think of the name Xanatos?
I don't know. I was thinking like it's Xanadu. Xanadu.
I mean, that wasn't always going to be his name. It's supposed to be Xavier. David Xavier.
What do you mean?
I mean, that's what they originally wanted.
Well, I mean, who else is named Xavier out
Professor
there? Xavier,
of
yeah.
X-Men, and that's why they kind of shied away from that because they didn't want it to
seem like it was the same thing.
Right,
yeah.
right.
I mean, again, Xanados, cool name. You're gonna name your son Xanados?
I mean, it
Kara, if you're watching.
kind of sounds like an allergy pill.
Yeah. Hey, have you taken your Xanados today? I have not taken my Xanados today. Yeah. Well, do you have anything else that you want to talk about?
Not really. I mean,
I know this was the only cartoon that they actually, a lot of their main cast died but they were always brought back to life. It's kind of weird.
The rocks.
Yeah, the rocks.
If you build it again,
they will come.
Yeah.
Okay, how long does a gargoyle live, though?
Forever.
Forever?
Forever.
So if they weren't killed...
Until they're destroyed.
Wow. And I know...
Erosion!
And I know that they had, like, the rookery, but, I only remember one female gargoyle. Slow turn. Anyways.
They weren't born, they were created.
Created. From the ashes of Mount Doom. You have gargoyles.
Eroding.
What's that off of?
Eroding. Bruce Almighty? When he's he's doing a newscast from Niagara Falls.
Oh.
And he goes off the deep end.
He starts going crazy.
My life it's just eroding.
Oh,
I feel that's what a gargoyle would say.
So, conclusion, Gargoyles, totally awesome?
Totally awesome.
Yeah, it's totally awesome.
It's a good show.
It's pretty good. Watch it. It's on YouTube. But watch it. Get the DVDs.
I mean, if you liked the 90s Batman animated series, you're almost guaranteed to
like this one.
Yeah.
Now that you say that, it does have a lot of parallels and similarities.
And they also I think they ran back to back in the afternoons.
Well, you had one that was on Disney stuff, and then one that was on the Fox or whatever, the WB stuff. So it was probably competing against each other.
No.
Excuse me.
Man, I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel almost certain that they ran back to back on the same channel.
Well, I don't know how fast Batman can run. Who would run faster, a gargoyle or Batman?
Gargoyle.
Who would fly better, a Batman, or a gargoyle?
A gargoyle. Gargoyles were superior to Batman.
I'm Batman.
Rachel!
Xanados! What? Anyways, what do you want to talk about next week? Yeah.
Comic-Con?
Comic-Con. We'll talk about all of our experiences from Comicpalooza, but we're going to be recording live next week.
Yes.
Or live tomorrow, and that will come out next week, so on the audio podcast version. And we'll get to more about our different sponsorship that's going to come in. James, there was also a director that emailed us, his publicist emailed us this week, and I haven't heard back from him yet, but it seemed like they were just confused about who we are and what we do here.
What's so confusing?
I don't know.
Or a podcast that talks about the 90s.
Tell us more. It's about the 90s. Pop culture.
Pop culture, 90s? 1990?
Oh, I thought you meant 1890s. They were just blown away by that. They didn't know.
2090?
In the world of 90.
Oh, man.
When humans are still alive. Yeah, so we're going to come back next week. We're going to have that. We're going to have another episode probably sometime later this month. And then we're going to celebrate our 1 year anniversary. Not together, but on the podcast. Our 1 year podiversary. You said that.
Podiversary.
Our podiversary. Live.
It's going to be Podemonium at our podiversary.
And then, I also we do have a page. You keep getting emails.
Why am I getting mail
on a
weekend?
Yeah. But you were, what did I do? Twitch. We have a Twitch channel.
Twitch.
On Twitch TV that we're actually going to probably start doing gaming on probably later this month, right?
Maybe
gaming? Maybe gaming?
It's a difficult process. We'll go over.
We can buff it out. We can do it. We can do it. I bet we can.
If you want good quality, it's a difficult process.
Well, I don't think we care about difficult property because we're doing the Facebook Live right now on my phone. It's set up on a tripod, so
A-pod.
8-pod. Well, James, have a good week, man. I know Mother's Day is tomorrow, and we're kind of not going to be in town for Mother's Day.
Be here, but hey, happy Mother's Day to all you moms.
Hey, yo, mom. Yo, mom. Happy Mother's Day. Have a great Mother's Day. And, again, if you want to get to us on Facebook, get to us on Twitter, get to us on the email. It's always at TTA90s Podcast on any of those platforms.
Except for Facebook.
Well, for Facebook, you can actually type in TTA90s Podcast and it'll actually pop up. Yeah.
Really?
We actually own the link to that right now, which is actually, I just claimed it. So it's for free.
When are we going to get our little check mark by your name on Twitter?
You have to do an application, I think.
Oh.
They have to verify us.
Let's do that.
Let's do it.
Let's do that.
Let's buff it out and do it, man.
Verified account.
We're official. Come by, check us out tomorrow, booth 3319.
4 to 5.
4 to
or
5.
if you find us on the floor anywhere during the day.
If you see James just on the floor, laying down on the floor, he's wearing his windbreaker, just like mine. But his style.
Yeah.
And we got our shirts on. Come find us. Say hey. Tell us what your favorite 90s thing is. We'll be there. We're going to try to hang out with celebrities. We're going to try to be a celebrity ourselves.
Try to rub elbows. Hello, celebrity.
Like you go up to Chuck Norris and want to rub elbows?
That got weird.
Security! Get this guy out of here. Yeah, so we'll be there tomorrow. Check us out. And James, leave us please with the catchphrase of the week.
I don't have one.
That's a great catchphrase of the week. We'll catch you next week. Have a totally awesome week, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. And I gotta walk over to the camera to actually...
I was going to get up, but I got caught in my
Hey, thanks for
chair.
joining us on Facebook.